Coming up on this edition of Speed Chronicles, F1 is back. The double in the desert was a big success.
SIG Media presents Speed Chronicles with Todd Lewis, powered by Rev TV.
Thanks for coming back this week. Thanks for checking out another edition of Speed Chronicles. It's here on the Rev TV YouTube channel every Wednesday, and of course available anytime on your favorite podcast platforms as well. Please like and follow, hit the subscribe button, and please make sure you're following on the social channels as well. Okay, let's start with it because everybody's been waiting. Everybody's been eagerly anticipating the first dance of the Formula One season. Took place last weekend, Australia. Well, I guess it did for most drivers. Oscar Piastri may have some other views about that. He's going to have to wait until Shanghai to have his first competitive laps. Oh, that's a tough break. That is a hard thing for him. Start of the season, a lot of hype and anticipation, and you go out and you're just making your way out to the grid and oops, away she goes. Round, crash, done, even before the day gets started. Does this illustrate perhaps just how different and how difficult these Formula One cars? Yeah, perhaps it does. There's been so much garbage, though, flowing out of people. I would like to try to slow some of the nonsense down just a little bit. Are the cars different? Well, obviously, yes. Do they appear to slow down on the straightaways? That seems very different from previous years when drivers were charging as hard as they could towards the braking zones and then hammering on the brakes as hard as they could. Yes, that's different as well. Is there complaining from drivers, from everyone else, it seems, about how different things are? Frustration over not having a full handle on best how to navigate the situation yet? Yeah, that's true too. Was there a lot of action and passing for the lead? Especially in the opening laps of this race? Yes, there was. Maybe, just maybe, the world isn't quite coming to an end yet. And the demise of Formula One has been greatly exaggerated after just one race. Will there be changes as knowledge is gained about how to handle and wrangle these cars around the track? Yes, most certainly. Will there be updates from teams? Well, of course. Will drivers learn to adapt and use their natural talent and learn skills to better perform under these new crazy conditions or what seem like crazy conditions right now? Well, yes, of course they will. That's why they're in Formula One, because they're incredibly skilled and talented, and there are very few people that can do what they do. Is there work to be done? 100%, yes. Let me tell you, what brand new car with wildly different regulations and specifications from previous generations has worked perfectly and delivered magnificent racing from the start of its first event? Take your time, go ahead, think about any series you want. What brand new car has ever been perfect right out of the box? Yeah, none. Exactly. Zero. Anytime you make this kind of fundamental change, there are growing pains. Think about your own life. Think about when you change jobs, maybe you move to a new home, start a new relationship, try a new recipe. Does it come out perfectly every time, right away, the first day? No, there's understanding your new dynamic and your new surroundings. And the worst thing that you can do is decide that everything's terrible, like these pearl-clutching crazies who want to forecast years of doom and gloom. I'm not ready to go that far yet. Work to be done? 100%. Will drivers and teams learn, and will there be updates and changes? Yes. We'll get to where we want to go, I think. But I kind of liked all that passing at the beginning of the race. Yeah, sure, some described it as a bit of a video game, but you know what? I like a lot of action and passing. A couple of other quick things. Mercedes obviously looks good. Ferrari, they got something cooking there too. Apparently, they still don't understand race strategy, though. How do you not pit with those early virtual safety cars? Cadillac, pretty good. Aston Martin, boy, are you in trouble. It's as bad as we think it is for Aston Martin. Curious to see what happens around number 2, and we don't have to wait long to find out either. Okay, the other big story, IndyCar and NASCAR holding hands together, and listen, here we go. Right now, before we even go too far, will both series please just say that the first 2 events that they worked together at St. Petersburg and in Phoenix have been a great success We're going to do it again next year. We want to do it again next year. We need details to finalize, but what we did was good at those two events, and we want it to continue and grow. Unfortunately, what we've been getting and what I think we're going to get for a while is, well, we're going to look at it and we're going to see what worked and we're going to decide what we might be able to do in the future. That kind of word salad sound familiar? Absolute nonsense. Without actually ever committing to anything, it seems like they've projected a message. The difference between getting your message out and understanding that you've hit on something good and the communications department of both organizations not wanting to actually commit or say anything that might actually be described as a bold statement. Too often we get these vague, say nothing, gobbles of words that don't really mean anything. Companies are paranoid about saying the wrong thing. And I get that part of it in social media. But you know what? Is it really that bold to say, we had two really good events. We like what we've got. If we can do it again, or maybe even more, we'll do it in the future. The fans loved it. The racers had fun. It was new things for both. Exposure to new fans, it's a no-brainer. Line them up. Let's go again. Couple things, of course, need attention. Fix the technical stuff on the broadcast. They had a bad day on the Saturday IndyCar show on Fox. There's a lot of stuff that did not work properly, trying to get the scoring pile on one of them. I can tell you from a bit of inside knowledge, there's a lot of new stuff that's happening technically on IndyCar shows and production and broadcasts and as part of the track show as well. They're working through it. It's, there's some things to work out. NASCAR and IndyCar do things differently. Combining them is not the easiest process. They are very different beasts. It's kind of like Android and iOS. They both operate. They both have a good system. They both work. But when you try to blend them together, sometimes there's some difficulties. But this stuff can get worked out. What actually might work against IndyCar is that they had a banger of a race on Saturday. It was great. It was better than the Cup race with all the blown out tires. But that was one of the important things as well. The racing was good for IndyCar at Phoenix because it really wasn't the last time they were there. NASCAR still believes that these high mileage events are necessary. I think they can be shorter. 500 on Sunday was too much for Cup. There was just a lot of running around and hoping you didn't have a tire blowout. But overall, St. Pete, Phoenix, both these events help both series. The racing was good. Trucks did a great job at St. Petersburg. The chaos that was feared didn't materialize. IndyCar, lots of good racing at Phoenix. And when was the last time that they did that? Good job for both. It went well. Let's go. Let's make it happen again next year. Shout out to Dennis Hauger, who, if you don't know him yet, because he hit on Indy Next last year, had himself a great season, really took the field in the series by storm, had the save of what might be the save of the year because he spun, got his car turned around, and then rolled it backwards down the straightaway, didn't hit a wall. Nice job. Well done. I cannot wait to see what IndyCar has in store this week at Arlington. It is a brand new event. Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers are involved in promoting the event. They have pushed all their chips into the middle for this one. This event is a big deal. They've been talking about it for a couple of years, and now it's finally arriving. The size of this event is enormous. Everything's bigger in Texas, right? Well, the circuit goes around two stadiums, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium and the Texas Rangers Stadium. That's where the circuit goes around. So it's a first-time event. Of course, there will be little hiccups. They're anticipating it. They have backup plans for backup plans, but I'm really hoping that the track suits the cars. We have a lot of exciting action and racing. There's going to be a lot of eyes on it, and I hope and I do believe that it should go well, and I'm excited to get up close and be a part of it this weekend. We did get some info on the DC race for IndyCar this week. I want to see how this one gets pulled together. There's still a lot of work to be done. They didn't just start 4 weeks ago. The track is short. That's okay. There are others that are short. Toronto has been short. Markham's going to be a little bit longer. Detroit's a short one. Lap times are going to be quick. They're going to be under a minute. Maybe about 150 laps is kind of what I'm guessing this one's going to be. But I'm really curious to see how this comes together. Don't expect a lot of support series. It's just IndyCar on track Saturday and Sunday. And one other note, this one, the more serious one, because it's involving scheduling. It hasn't happened yet, but some are reporting it's going to happen soon. I think it might be a couple of weeks, but if things continue as they have been in the Middle East, we can expect Formula One to cancel events in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. They don't go until the middle of next month, but I don't know how quickly things are going to calm down and settle down, that it's going to be safe. So hopefully, for everyone's sake, that situation calms down. Whether they race there or not, we hope that wraps up. But I'm excited to see what we get this weekend in terms of racing action. There should be plenty of it, and looking forward to it. Thanks again for checking out Speed Chronicles. Don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button and follow on the social channels. Have a great week of racing. We'll do it again next Wednesday.